Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of TectonicYanks. Here, your usual host, Will, and my wonderful boy, Anthony. What's going on, man?
Nothing. Have a great day. How about you?
It's a wonderful Monday afternoon here, right after the Super Bowl, watching Tommy Boy winning me $20.
Yeah.
So,
Oh
which
yeah.
was good.
Yeah. I lost about $40.
You lost money. I see. I thought
Oh,
you
I
would have.
just
You would have
just
won.
didn't. I did a lot of final score bets and just didn't hit on the final score. So
Uh yeah, that's not the cool
I,
bets. That's
I
not the
had
fun bets.
31 bucks, but
No, that's not where you're at, man. I expect better from you. But besides that, regular American football, that season is over, and we are in the good form of EPL. So we're going to talk to you guys today about the wonderful American players from the EPL. Not too many. I mean, we got about five, I think. Hopefully, right? You got five, Ann.
yeah, we got fun.
All right. I'm thinking it's five. Hopefully the internet is right. I'm just gonna start you off with some random guys. And I'm gonna pull it up here. We're gonna start with wonderful Tim Ream, your favorite. I wanted you to start off with your favorite player, from Fulham.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it.
So I love actually what they do. They really break it down for you here on the website here. So
Yeah.
season overview for Tim Ream right now is 8 appearances. I'm not going to break down all his minutes plays, but I want to see he's won 32 duels won. That's what it says here. 24 clearances. His defending is 4 out of 9 on his tackles won so far. His headers are 55% at 21 of 38, and his pass completion is at 88%, which isn't bad. I mean, but who knows, when you're only passing so far sometimes. Obviously no goals. He's obviously more of a defender. So what do you think out of those initial stats from Tim?
Not great.
Not great. I mean, that's it.
But
I know you don't like the guy.
they're battling relegation, so I mean, it's not just him.
That's true.
It's a whole team. But he hasn't really been starting lately. So
Yeah, I mean that's true. I mean, yeah, I don't know if these guys will be even in the EPL after the season. They could be not, and they might be in the Champions League. By the end of the season. So, I mean, I know you're not a big fan of Tim Ream. I can tell by your initial response. So as far as we've seen him on the national team stage, plenty of times. So what do you think? Do we seeing Tim Ream at least as a bench player, for good old Beryl Hartar?
in like what?
Obviously for 2022. Okay, I'm not. I can't. He's too old for the U23. So we're talking about 2022.
So
Qatar.
Walter did say that he's not going to have a lot of the European guys play this summer, but like guys like Pulisic and McKinney and them, because they've been playing a lot, and he doesn't want to overrun them. But I could see a guy like Ream maybe playing in the Gold Cup with young guys, just have some like experience in like Nations League and stuff like that. Just as an experienced guy to help out the young guys. But other than that, after that, I don't really see him playing much.
Okay, so we're expecting a Tim Ream as a big role for the Gold Cup because, as you've been saying, that we're not going to see many of the Euro guys for the Gold Cup.
Yeah.
So, all right, but so you don't think he'll be after that? So no bench role for him after that. This is probably his big hurrah, is the Gold Cup.
I don't see it just because of who we have, the depth we have at the United States team has at center back now. A lot of younger guys. I don't see how he should be in the team over the other guys who clearly have more talent and ability.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really see it either. I just know we've been seeing him. So, I mean, obviously he has to have some value to this team because he's been out there. But I mean, I think a guy that we should be looking more forward to is another teammate of his, and Anthony Robinson. So let's start off with the wonderful stats he has here on the page. So obviously he's played much more. He just played against my wonderful West Ham, even though West Ham should have got a win. But we're not going to get into that. But so he's got much more appearances. He's got 21 appearances. He's got 115 duels won, 46 clearances. His defending right now is at 56% on his tackles won, 61% on his headers won, and for his passing, he's at a 77%. He has a red card on the year and 3 yellows. So he's obviously been pretty physical, but I mean, obviously with a year that Fulham's having, it's not a big surprise. So, I mean, what do you think about Robinson here?
I think he's really good offensively. He can put a good cross in. I think that's why his passing percentage is so low, because he's been putting a lot of crosses in. And Fulham haven't been scoring a lot, which is why they're in the relegation zone. So he hasn't been connecting on a lot of those. Defensively, he needs work, definitely. I was watching the game when he got his red card. He just went straight over the ball into the guy's thigh with his studs up. Wasn't really an attempt at the ball at all. So definitely needs to improve, but it's an open position. He's getting good experience playing in the EPL right now. I just think if he can just improve his defending, he could easily be the starting left back for the future.
Yeah, I mean, it's good that he's getting this experience. I mean, it's clear playing the EPL, playing against the best Europe teams, EPL teams, I should say. I mean, it's great for him. I mean, and it makes a case why he doesn't get playing time for the national team. I mean, it's clear that he is valued. But I mean, that is a big question for the national team on if he is going to be good enough to start for us. So, I mean, obviously, we expect to probably see a lot more of him just because he's on the younger side and he has been playing with this experience. I mean, so are you thinking for sure we'll see? I mean, you didn't say for the Gold Cup, no real Euro guys. So, unfortunately, we won't be talking about much of these guys.
He potentially could. I think Bill Halter was talking more about like the more experienced guys, you know?
Okay.
So Robinson could potentially get some run. It just depends. Because they're not, Fulham's not playing Champions League or anything like that either, like Pulisic and McKinney and them. So he could get a run in the Gold Cup or the Nations League, which would probably be good for him to help his case.
True. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's going to be really interesting with that position specifically. But yeah. I mean, I don't know how much we're going to need to see from him to really, improve. I mean, with a struggling team like that, it's going to be really hard. You're going to really have to analyze his game to see. But, I mean, we're hoping for the best. We might be seeing him more for the Gold Cup, which is good, which he needs. Yeah. But obviously, we're going to jump into another player that we don't expect to really see much. And, I mean, our captain, the captain of my captains, Christian Pulisic. So, I mean, they don't have too much of his crazy breakdown stats on Chelsea's page, but he has 15 appearances, 1 goal, 1 assist, 80% accuracy. I mean, we don't need to break down everything else for him because, he's more of an offensive player. So, I mean, what do you think initially of those stats? I mean, not great.
Yeah, he's battled injuries this year too. Right now he's got some personal stuff going on, so he hasn't been able to play. But I was watching the game Thursday or Wednesday against Sheffield United. He came in, he looked good. He just wasn't great in the final third, but other than that, he looked pretty good. Looked energetic, looked lively, looked like the Pulisic we know. So he still looks fine. I just think he just needs to, cut down on just stay fit for a long period of time so he can get a good run of form like he did when EPL first came down from lockdown. He was, falling out. But hopefully getting reunited with one of his coaches from Dortmund will help.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I mean, this is supposed to be our best player, right?
I mean, Jesus.
I mean, it is. It's supposed to be our guy. It's supposed to be, the Landon Donovan of our era. I mean, and he's just not doing well. I mean, it's unfortunate. I mean, but we can also just chalk this up to being a bad couple of years right now with 2020 with COVID, and it's still kind of going on right now. So who knows what's, and like you said, he's dealing with family issues. I mean, he's still a really young guy, but yeah. He doesn't seem like it though. I mean, because you feel like we've been talking about him for a while. I mean, not specifically on this podcast, but specifically just being a national team fan. Pulisic has been our guy. So, I mean, we can chalk this up to just not having. I mean, he's 22 years old. I mean, it's just not been a good time for him yet. And hopefully he. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
A lot of it too is the whole team kind of struggled with Lampard as their manager. They kind of, lost faith, got a little stale. Not everyone was playing good, kind of hurt his stats. A lot of missed chances by other guys that he set up. So, they look a lot better with their new manager. So hopefully that'll help Christian.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean that's all we can really hope for is that he just starts getting to form. And I mean, we haven't seen him play for the national team in a little while, right? I mean, I don't
Yeah,
think.
he didn't play in the last game because he had a calf injury, but I still think he came into camp and hung out with the guys. He just didn't play in the game
Yeah, um,
or the last European camp they had.
right, right. Um, yeah, I mean, I hope we see him soon. But like you said, we probably won't see him for the Gold Cup. We might. Who knows? I mean, like you said, we don't really know what Great Berhalter is really going to do. It's been tough to really see what's gonna how this team's gonna form up with what COVID's being like. But we're gonna just jump into the next player here that I mean is another starter for us in Zach Steffen. I have the stats here. They're not really have any on the stats here when I look up on Chelsea's page here, or not Chelsea's, Man City's page.
Yeah.
Um, but on top of your head, do you know how many starts he's got or anything like that?
He started some games when Ederson got hurt. He got I think he played for a couple of weeks. He didn't play bad, played pretty good. Played like he normally plays, was pretty consistent. Looked comfortable out there. Plays in a lot of their cup matches too, so like FA Cup and stuff like that. So obviously you'd want our starting goalkeeper to be a starter somewhere, but he's probably helps him playing under Pep and learning from them and help him out improve his game. So they do play a style like Berhalter wants to playing out from the back. So hopefully he's improved. Like to see him get more playing time, but he's still the number one keeper no matter what. I don't see anyone that's better than him right now.
Yeah, I mean, we're not here to debate that. I mean, I think we're at a point where Zach's our guy until he proves that he's not, or someone proves that they're better.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping maybe he goes somewhere else in the EPL and plays. I don't know.
Maybe we're getting loaned out, but it's clear that Man City valued him because they didn't want to loan him out or anything after the window. And they're in first place on the table, unfortunately, right now. But maybe
Yes.
if they get a good enough distance from everyone else, still get some run in the league towards the end of the year and get some games under his belt.
Right. I mean, but see now it's like, okay, he's not been playing for the national team much, but he's not been playing much for Man City. I mean, are you sure we're not going to be seeing him for the Gold Cup? I mean, I feel like he should be playing in big tournaments like that.
He could definitely play in the Gold Cup.
I mean, I think he should, right? I mean, yeah, I think that I mean, what do you think? I mean, I think he should be playing.
He should. He should be the starter in the Gold Cup if he's not playing in year a lot.
Well, right. I mean, yeah, exactly. Since he's not getting the big reps that he is, I mean, there should be no question that, hey, Zach's starting for us to get more time and just to get better, I mean, for us. So, I mean, and win us a Gold Cup.
Yeah, exactly.
So, good. I'm glad we're on agreement to that. So, yeah, I mean, we got only a couple more players left. We're about to, talk about one that really, I don't know. I really don't know too much about. And Owen, do you know how to say his last name? Atuosawi?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay. All right. Well, sorry to butcher.
I'm not gonna embarrass myself like that.
Yeah, you're not gonna try. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's fine. That's fine. Yes, this is a player. I mean, have we seen him lately? I mean, we have seen so many different guys come through with the teams.
Yeah, he played. He was in the European camp they did a couple months ago when they played against Wales and Panama. He got some playing time.
Okay.
For the U.S. and he's been getting playing. He's been coming off the bench for Wolves a good amount this year.
Okay. All right. Let's see what they got for stats on him. Just all these trying to maneuver all these websites is just a little different. But let's see. All right, I can't find his stats, but I mean, for you saying that you've seen him come and play off the bench for Wolves.
I saw him. He's a center back, but I've seen them play him come in as a defensive mid a couple of times. So he's versatile. He didn't look out of place when he was playing. He looked good. He was moving the ball up the field. He wasn't phased. He's a big guy, big dude, big kid. So he definitely has the physicality for the Premier League, and he doesn't look out of place when he goes out there for how young he is. And I think if he just keeps getting, Wolves is a good team to play with too because they give their young guys a shot.
Right.
Like West Ham didn't give him, unfortunately. Yeah. So if he just keeps playing and keeps getting playing time, I don't see he can. Why he can't work his way into the picture for the U.S. national team.
Right, and I mean, obviously, I don't know if we'll see him for Gold Cup, but for possibly for U23. I mean, he's only 22 years old, so he's born in
He's young.
2000. Oh, he's 20 years old. Excuse
Yeah.
me, I can't do math. He's born in
Yeah.
2001. So yeah, I mean, this is a possible guy that we might be seeing for
Oh, definitely.
U23. Yeah.
Or maybe even the
So
Gold Cup.
well, maybe for Gold Cup, like I
Or
said,
both. Well, because the Olympic qualifiers are in March, so he
well,
probably won't
right,
be
yeah,
able to play in that.
he won't be
It
for
probably
that.
will mean it's middle of Premier League season.
Well, true, but like I said, I mean, these are like bench guys that we
Yeah.
could be using, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know, and we do have a lot of young guys, so I mean, it's gonna be interesting for guys like this. For Owen, I'm just gonna call him by his first name.
Yeah.
For Owen to try to see if he's gonna get some playing time with us or not. I mean, like I said, we're gonna be soon breaking down these March games and talking about them very soon. So I mean, it's coming up. So I mean, hopefully he gets some more playing time. I mean, it's just like we don't know too much about him, so we're kind of have to hope and see what we
Yeah.
get out of him.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, we're almost done with our wonderful EPL guys here, and who is last on the list? Who am I forgetting? Let's see. Do you know who I'm forgetting?
I think that's it. I think that's all.
Oh, there's one more. Did we cover 5 already?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't do math. Look at that. All right. Well, geez. All right. Well, double checked instead. So, I mean, we covered the 5 guys in the EPL, and we know that some might probably play in the Gold Cup, potentially some in the U23, and then now we're just really hoping for Christian Pulisic to step up his game. I mean, what do you expect to really see out of these 5 guys? I mean, of course, for the EPL, the end of the season here, or the mid-season.
Well, I mean, like Robinson and Owen, as we call them, and Stefan too, just hopefully keep developing and get playing time and get out there on the pitch and get experience. That'll help in the future. And then Pulisic, you'd like to see him start getting a good run of form and scoring goals and getting assists and creating chances for his team. So he can end the year on a good note, going into Olympic or World Cup qualifying and stuff like that. So that, and then there are 3 new Americans in the championship in the 2nd division now who just went out there on loan. So hopefully soon we can break their games down once they start getting playing time. Jordan Morris, who's a potential starter at right wing, and Paul Areola, and they both went to Swansea City, and then Daryl DK, who's a potential starter at the number 9 position for the men's national team. So hopefully we'll be able to break their games down too the next time we look at players in England. And yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's interesting just because that finally it looks like the MLS is finally going to have some form of a season. At least that's what the bargaining agreements and stuff looks like. I saw on Twitter earlier. I mean, it's going to be interesting. Like maybe we're not going to have these 2 bigger names in Jordan Morris and Areola to be playing. I mean, they just got loaned out. So, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't stay in the championship and try to get some playing time, maybe get attention of like an EPL team or something, or help Swansea move up to the EPL, maybe stay with them the next year.
All right. I mean, then these are both short-term
there's 6
loans.
Yeah, there's till the end of the season.
Right.
And DK's is they can bring him back whenever they want, so he'll probably not be there as long.
Okay, I mean that's interesting. I mean that's interesting for at least for DK that it's just whenever they kind of feel like it, they can take him back.
Yeah, well, I think it was they don't know when the season's going to start, so just go play. And
that's true. I mean, that gives him some credit then, yeah, since they didn't really know what's going on with the season, that they're doing that. But yeah, soon. I mean, we got March is coming up sooner than we know it, and we're going to have some big games so that we will definitely break down for you guys. For the U23 teams, they'll be on FS1. I think the first one's actually on FS2, which I really don't know what
it's the second channel.
Yes, I mean, second channel, but I feel like I can't find that channel.
There was a report out that DK is already getting looked at by Premier League teams, and he hasn't even played a game yet. So maybe he could just be staying in England forever. So,
I mean, have we seen a lot of him already?
not really.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
But
I
Premier
guess he's
League
getting
team.
all
Well, I
this
mean, he's
hype.
probably been scouted in the MLS.
Yeah, of course. But I mean, we don't know what's going to really go on. I mean, I think it's going to be really interesting what's going to happen with this when we get into March here. I think March is going to be the most probably exciting time, just because we have so many young guys that are up and coming. I mean, it's kind of scary. It's kind of scary that we have so many that are
Well, it's a
playing.
good problem to have.
It is. Yeah, but I mean, I feel like we haven't had one of those before. That's why it's
Yeah.
kind of scary. It's
Yeah.
like we never had this before.
Because
So
the March Olympic qualifiers will probably be like the second group of the young players, like not the main guys, because the main guys will be playing in Europe.
right, not the main guys, but like I mean,
like,
still.
you know,
But yeah, you're right. But
you're not gonna have like a Weah or like guys like that playing.
I mean, you don't know. I mean, who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
But these are guys that are potentially fighting for starting spots on the national team,
yeah.
though. So yeah, I mean, that's the exciting part. So yeah, don't worry. So next week we're going to be breaking down some of the wonderful Bundesliga players that we have. We have a good amount of them, but obviously I won't be saying them out loud right now because you guys can wait until next week. But we do have a good amount of Bundesliga guys to break down for you, so it'll be much longer next week. But for all we can say is go USA, man.
Yeah.